Okay, life update. Life is a mess. Life is a mess. This shit like, I don't wanna be with you. I just cannot believe this is my reality right now.
Almost there.
My life is hell. My life is a prison. Get me the out.
The popular TikToker Mr. Prada is behind bars in Texas tonight on that warrant out of Baton Rouge.
I woke up yesterday, I looked at the ceiling, I said, ah!
So hello everyone, and welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. I'm Jessica Layla, and while today's video is something we've done before, it's also something a little bit different. So before we get into the actual video itself, let me just talk to you for a second. I promise I won't take much of your time. So in case you're new here, on this channel, we tell stories of many different types. One of my favorite series on this channel is called The Dark Side of the Internet, which is exactly what it sounds like. It explores the darker, creepier sides of the internet, and we've done quite a few of those by now. But a lot of those videos have kind of melded into this true crime storytelling narrative, and while a lot of the stories online that are creepy and weird and mysterious do tend to involve someone dying, I feel like the focus has been very much on true crime stories. And even the next video that I'm planning on releasing kind of falls in line with true crime again. So I thought for a little more variation on this channel, we could start our own true crime / crime telling stories. I'm also not a huge fan of how people treat these stories. I feel like there's a lot of inappropriate discussions or a kind of unserious vibe to a lot of those videos. I'm not calling out anyone specifically because I don't really consume true crime content. My aim is always to be as thorough, as accurate, and as respectful as possible. So with the story that we are about to delve into tonight, my only request that I'm going to make of you is that you approach the conversation respectfully and try and keep in mind that there are real human lives that were involved within this. This is more than just entertainment, this is more than just a video. This is something that actually happened to a real life human being. Thank you, and enjoy. So, if you came across this video on your For You page, you might not honestly think twice about it. In fact, thousands of people have made videos like these, and it's become a bit of a trend. Remember that weird mugshot challenge people were doing? I thought that was kinda odd, and no one has ever really blinked an eye at any of these. But in the case of this individual, Mr. Prada, some people have been left to wonder if he was warning of his coming plans. Mr. Prada's real name is Terion Ishmael Thomas, and at the age of just 20 years old, he had accumulated millions of followers across his many platforms online. His biggest platform being TikTok. His first viral video was in October of 2022, and from there, his following only grew. He was mostly known for his comedy content and relatable content, but as was soon discovered, he was also known for stealing people's ideas, exact captions, and jokes and in general content. He apparently felt zero remorse over doing this, and in November of 2022, just 1 month after he started going viral, his TikTok account got banned. But he would just make another account and continue to grow from there. But on September 28th, 2024, all of this would change, and Terion would be arrested for the murder of a therapist and former priest, William Abraham, in the state of Louisiana. Dr. William Nicholas Abraham was located in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and was a practicing professional counselor, motivational speaker, recording artist, author, teacher, and trailblazer. He focused primarily on those with substance abuse issues, depression, and anxiety, and helped a pretty wide range of clients, including the LGBTQ community, those suffering from PTSD, and the relational conflicts therein. He was also very well known for his appearances on local television. On September 28th, 2024, Abraham left his residence to clean his car and head over to his office to do some paperwork, according to his roommate. He was supposed to return within a few hours, but he never returned. His body was found the following morning, when a passerby spotted the body dumped on Highway 51. He was found wrapped in a tarp, and his death was very violent and gruesome, according to authorities. He had been beaten to death. Investigators noted that the murder likely did not occur there, but rather a secondary unknown location. And they also noticed that the doctor's black Lincoln was missing. Utilizing surveillance video footage, police soon realized that the last person seen driving this vehicle was none other than Terrion Thomas, Mr. Prada himself. The car had been spotted at a shopping center where he was also caught on camera entering a business. When police attempted to do a traffic stop on Terrion resisted arrest, ended up crashing the vehicle and fleeing the scene, where he continued on foot. He allegedly contacted a family member for a ride back to his apartment, which this family member had apparently not known what occurred at this time. And just a bit later, Terrion took a bus that would take him 400 miles away to Dallas, Texas. Law enforcement posted images of him from that video surveillance footage, and now there was a warrant out for his arrest. Upon the discovery of all of this, police searched Terrion's apartment, where they found evidence of a violent physical altercation, a significant amount of blood, and weapons. Abraham's DNA was a match as well, so it's believed that this is where Abraham died. Police were able to secure surveillance footage of Mr. Abraham arriving that day where Mr. Thomas lived, and Mr. Abraham was seen wearing the same clothes he was found dead in. A witness came forward and said that they had seen Terrion struggling to drag something wrapped in a blue tarp down the apartment building stairs before it was placed in Abraham's car. The mountain of evidence was piling up against him. Terrion was arrested in Dallas, Texas on October 1st, 2024. He was extradited by October 7th back to Louisiana and was initially charged with second-degree murder. However, the charge soon got upgraded to first-degree murder because of Louisiana's laws. You see, you can receive a more serious charge when the offender has intent to kill or inflict great bodily harm upon a victim who is under the age of 12 or 65 years of age or older, and Dr. Abraham was 69 years old. Terrion's proceedings were all done on camera from inside the jail facility, and he was denied bail. And at this time, he wasn't sure if he was going to hire a lawyer to represent him or not. He was charged with obstruction of justice, aggravated criminal damage to property, and unauthorized use of a motor vehicle, as well as the murder charges. By January 16th of this year, a grand jury indicted him on these charges. They believe that there's enough evidence to proceed with a trial. On January 28th of this year, however, he pleaded not guilty during his arraignment hearing. If Thomas is found guilty of first-degree murder, well, he could be potentially facing the death penalty. By July of this year, he was denied bond. He did lawyer up, and his lawyer said, quote, "There is a litany of evidence he will be going through in the coming months. His expected pretrial hearing is on October 8th of this year. As of now, no trial date has been set, and this is the final update in the case. But we're going to be seeing things pick up speed real soon." At the current time, there's actually no known reason for why Terrion did this, how these two even knew each other, and why Dr. Abraham went to Terrion's apartment that day in the first place. One might logically assume that Terrion must have been a patient of Dr. Abraham, but there's no such record of that being the case. People online, in their curiosity and investigation of this, discovered that in 2015, Dr. Abraham was arrested for inappropriately touching an 11-year-old male client during their session.
A Baton Rouge therapist is under investigation.
He was charged with child molestation, with police saying an 11-year-old patient claimed Abraham had touched him inappropriately during a therapy session,
leaving many to wonder if this 11-year-old boy was Terrion. The charges ended up being dropped after the district attorney's office spent 2 years investigating the evidence. District Attorney Hiller Moore said, "While there was probable cause for an arrest, my office had to determine if the evidence supported our burden at trial, which is proof beyond a reasonable doubt. This matter was under review by my office for approximately 2 years. After considering all available evidence, the best interests of the child, and the lack of any inculpatory statements by the arrestee, we declined to institute formal charges. It has been proven and debunked that it was not Terrion, though it has not been well established as to if Terrion had some sort of connection to the 11-year-old boy in some way, which has left many, including myself, to wonder if there's more to this part of the story. The oddest thing about this case is that there's no real motive that's come forward. There's no real reason for Terrion to have done this, to have completely thrown his whole life away. The lack of understanding surrounding their relationship to one another makes this seem even stranger. People online were naturally very shocked to hear this. Similarly to this case, many people could just not believe it. I had come across his videos on Instagram a fair amount of times, and when I heard the news, the first thing I did was go to his social media and see what people were saying. And although people online tend to not take things very seriously, the shock of those who followed him and considered themselves fans made the situation even sadder. In March of 2024, fans had been concerned about Terrion's mental health. He had been shaving his hair and posting videos that were a little bit concerning.
I don't wanna be with you. I haven't had a bald head in so long. Enough of this. Okay, life update. Life is a mess. Life is a mess. This like, I just cannot believe this is my reality right now. My life is hell. My life is a prison. Get me the out. Like, I just woke up yesterday. I woke up yesterday. I looked at the ceiling. I said, ah! Okay, what's up guys? Today this video is gonna be about me. I still don't have no introduction yet. While I'm working on this period in my life of me getting myself back together from my mental breakdown, I'm gonna have to be more open about myself.
But it didn't seem like anyone suspected he was capable of committing such a heinous crime. Of course, what this also highlights is that you don't know any of the people you follow online. No online creator is ever being 100% their true, authentic self. And what lies beneath these content creators can be overwhelmingly dark. This also proves that having millions of followers, a seemingly successful career online, and money cannot fix what's happening inside. Even when the evidence in all this goes to trial, we may never know the truth of what really happened here. Until the trial this year and whatever else follows that, we will only be left to speculate with what truly occurred here. I was honestly very insanely shocked when I found out about this. Again, there are a lot of content creators that you kind of just pass by on your way on your daily scroll, right? And sometimes you know them by name, or sometimes you just know them by their face. And I had been seeing his stuff since probably around the beginning, 2022. I don't know if it's just me, but when I see stuff like this, I always assume people are just spreading rumors. Like, how many times have we heard XYZ celebrity has died, XYZ influencer has done this thing? You know, it just absolutely blows my mind that someone who, by the limited appearances I had seen, seemed to have their life on track. I also don't know what actually happened between the 11-year-old boy and Dr. Abraham, but I have a tendency to believe that a child wouldn't randomly come up with accusations out of nowhere. Yes, the charges were dropped, and it was never really followed through, but finding out that bit of information kind of made me look at Dr. Abraham in a very different light. He was described as very kind and very caring and just overall a very good doctor, but if that bit about the child is true, it really makes you wonder if Terrion had a connection to the 11-year-old in some way. A friend, a distant family member, something. I think what bothers me about stories like this is that there's seemingly no real motive. Not to say that a motive will ever make any situation be like, oh yes, that's totally fine. But it at least explains to everyone why it happened. Even if it is a complete, destructive, horrifyingly evil overreaction, at least there's a reason why. And because Dr. Abraham went to Terrion's apartment, I wondered if they had some sort of relationship, you know? But please, let's try and keep our conversation surrounding this respectful. So yeah, that is the story in full. Typically when I'm starting a new series, I start out kind of light, and then I kind of get a feel for how much people like it, how much I like it, you know? Not everything ends up turning into a series or something that everyone enjoys, so sometimes video ideas get dropped. I'm just kind of experimenting with content and just seeing what other kinds of stories people would like to hear. I love telling stories, I love researching, I love writing and editing scripts and making sure that things are as accurate as I can get it. But depending on how this video does, this may or may not turn out into a series. I don't really want tragic events to be seen as entertainment or stories. What it is that they are true events that have actually occurred that I want to talk about and shed light on. Because I think there is actually a fair amount of people who don't know what happened here, and I'm gonna bet that there's a lot of other stories like that. If you noticed any inaccuracies or you have any bits of information, please comment down below and let me know, and I will try to correct it in a pinned comment down below as well. If you enjoyed, what you can do is leave a like on this video to let me know if you want to see more videos like this in the future. You can comment down below your thoughts, suggestions, ideas below, and you can subscribe to support this channel and its growth and its storytelling capabilities. So thank you all so much for watching. Hopefully you all enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you all here next time.